Like I'm sad watching John Collins play basketball right now, Seth. I need to see him play anywhere else, almost on planet Earth. I would be happy to see John Collins at this point. Do you like John Collins as a player? I'm a pretty big fan for the most part.
On my podcast, it's sort of a running joke that I've tried to trade John Collins to half the league. So yeah, no, I think there's a lot. Like I think there's a lot more to John Collins than and it's that Atlanta has like gone out of their way almost to use less and less of the things he can do, the offensive versatility, and turn him into sort of just a stand in the corner or just a pick and pop guy. Like, he can play on the move. He can put the ball on the floor. He's not I wouldn't say he's a high level passer, but he's a guy who can make plays with the ball in his hands. He's a good finisher. He is a pick and roll player who is probably among the more versatile in the league in terms of the ability to either dive or pop. These are things that can help an offense at a high level. And I think frankly, I think he's improved defensively over the course of his career a little too.
And I'm so glad you said that.
And he it was 2 years ago, but he also showed like he was willing to be like a garbage man if the team needed that in the playoffs. So you put all that together and you think about where the cap is going, and I don't think his contract is even especially onerous. I think in a situation where he is allowed to, do more than be a floor spacer, you get that kind of value from him.
I think you're 100% right. I love the roll versatility. The one thing he can't really do is short roll. Like, he's not really a great short roll to play make guy, right? He doesn't really recognize that like 4-on-3 advantage that so many, rollers have gotten really, really good at. But
he doesn't get any reps at it.
Yeah, he doesn't have any reps at it. Additionally, he's so good as a vertical lob threat, and he is actually like a genuine pick and pop threat. Like, he has made up until this season where the shooting has fallen off a cliff for reasons, who knows? Maybe it is just like a change of scenery kind of thing. He's made like 38% of his threes on 4 attempts per game, which for a big is not bad volume whenever a lot of those shots are coming in pick and pop kind of scenarios. So I do think there's real role versatility there. I do think that there is a lot of latent defensive ability. Like, it used to be that he was too slow to guard fours, not big enough to protect the rim at the 5. He's gotten in way better shape. He is really, really smart. He actually defends 4s now well. He is a good defender at the power forward position. Like, not on the level of a Jaren Jackson, not even like on the level of an above average defender necessarily, I would say. He is a solid defender that you can actually trust to have out there in lineups that matter in the playoffs. And I'm so glad you brought up like the garbage time stuff. It seems like he just wants to win. Like, everything I've seen from John Collins says that he is the exact kind of guy that I think has just been kind of misutilized, due to roster construction. Like, Clint Capella needs to be out there for the Hawks defensively, and you have to use him as the guy in ball screens because he's unusable really in any other circumstance offensively. I really think that if you get John Collins, like if you put him in Indiana and you re-signed Miles Turner, that sounds like an awesome front court combination for Tyrese Halliburton to me. If you put him in Oklahoma City and you put him next to Chet Holmgren, that sounds like a really fun front court combination to me. Guys that can stretch the floor, can play with the ball just a little bit because Miles has improved a little bit, and then also protect the rim. Man, I think he could really, really, really get excellent again if he plays in that kind of scenario.
I mean, we can just start naming off teams. You'd say Utah. You can say there's no mechanical way to make it happen. But Golden State, you can just the places where that just works are many. Miami, like him and Bam, is an interesting front court pairing. So yes, I agree with all that. And it's kind of like there's a reason why he's sort of been on the block for basically two solid seasons. Is I think everyone recognizes this.
Yeah, but it's weird that they haven't found a home for me. Like, it feels like they might be overpricing it, but like, I don't know. Sam Amick just wrote that like the price isn't that extravagant. He wrote that in the big Hawks breakdown about their front office and the turnover that has had in recent months. So like the price tag apparently is not even that crazy. And then on top of it, I don't know. Like I feel like maybe he is a guy that like teams don't totally trust in the playoffs. I don't know though. Like I'm pretty good with it.
I mean, it seems like he it's almost like the reputation of his contract rather than the contract itself. Oh, he's got a big deal. It's like, hey, 25 million is it's not onerous.
It's what those guys cost.
Yeah, it's not onerous as for like a good starter.
Yeah, it's the same with like Julius Randle. Like people were talking about Julius Randle's contract being an overpay, like being terrible.
I'd rather have John Collins.
I think I'd rather have Randle, but I understand your point, and I think there's like a reasonable like case for it.